Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new Colourpop Sweet as Can Be Winnie the Pooh palette. This is adorable. I grew up reading and watching Winnie the Pooh, and I still have a Winnie the Pooh, like classic Pooh stuffed animal in my storage unit downstairs. So I of course had to grab this and grab the really adorable Honey Pot lip set. So can't wait to try this out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a soft spot for indie makeup and colorful makeup, and I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. So like I said, this is the Sweet as Can Be palette, spelled like a bee, and it is super cute. It's Winnie the Pooh. It was $18, and it is a 10 pan eyeshadow palette. It's also like a new shape, the little honeycombs. And then I also got the Lip Scrub Lip Mask Duo, which was $16. These are both out of stock right now, but Colourpop will probably restock them. They always do, almost always do. And I think this is coming to Ulta eventually. I don't know when though, but if I find out, I will put that in the description box. So I'm super excited for this. The packaging is adorable. So it's got kind of like a raised texture on it. It's got Winnie the Pooh. And then the back has all the shades also in honeycomb. It looks like, I don't see any of these having an eye safety warning. Whenever you see a Colourpop palette that has a asterisk on it, that means it's not intended for the use of around the eye, generally because it's got like a glitter or a pigment that might stain your eye. So always watch out for those and try them at your own risk. But I am super excited for this. I'm hoping that this is good quality. The last Colourpop things that I've tried were not. I recently tried the Avatar collection because I also really like Avatar, and I was pretty disappointed in that video, or in that palette. So I'm really hoping that this is better. I feel like the Disney palettes have been better quality than some of their other collabs, so we'll see. I also purchased the new Star Wars palette, and that I think just shipped, so you'll have a video for that up soon as well, as soon as I get that. So when you open this up, slides out, looks identical, the back looks identical, and then the inside, if I get rid of the little sleeve, has a little quote here, and then there's 10 shades. So it's got 1, 2, 3 mattes, and then 1, 2, 3 mattes with glitter, which I don't love, but we'll try. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers. So a nice little mix. I'm excited to try this. I think I'm gonna do 2 looks. I'm not going anywhere today, and I don't have any plans after this, so I'm gonna do 1 on each eye, I think, so I can try out as many shades as possible. So maybe do like more of a pink eye and more of a green. So we'll see how that goes. I will say I've already tried the lip scrub, so I can kind of give you an idea, or the lip mask. So this is the Lip Duo. So like I said, this was $16. And then when you open it up, you get, each one comes in a little honey pot, if you haven't already seen this, and you get 2 of these little honey spatulas like you would get with a honey container or a honey jar. These are adorable. I wish they like snapped on or did something to store them. So I'm just keeping them in the box for now. But these are adorable. I knew I had to buy these. Even if I wasn't gonna get the palette, I had to get these. My best friend got some too. My husband also wanted them. So you have a lip mask and a lip scrub. I haven't tried the lip scrub yet. It smells identical to the lip mask. I did wear the lip mask earlier today, and it's nice. It smells like honey. It's a little sweet. It kind of tastes a little like honey too, because you know, you lick your lips, you're gonna taste it a little bit. And it felt nice. I think I do prefer the lip mask that Kaleidos has, but this seems really nice and I'm not mad to have it. So I wore it for a little while and my lips felt nice and hydrated before I put on this lipstick. So I will keep playing with those and let you know later if I think they're amazing or horrible, but so far they seem nice. So I'm really excited for the palette. I'm gonna do some swatches on my arm just to kind of see what the shades look like on my skin tone. I am a medium olive, so sometimes shades look a little different. And then I'm gonna do some looks. So I'm gonna take my watch off So these also have really cute names. It's so cute. I had to get it. And then the whole quote here says, "Little things are beautiful too. Flowers are such friendly things." So I love Winnie the Pooh. My mom loved Winnie the Pooh. Her favorite was Piglet. There was always some kind of Piglet thing around. So the first shade is like a mid-tone brown, and it's Smackaroo, and it's one of the ones with glitter. Looks nice. It's kind of a yellowy, warm brown. Think is a nice yellow. Feels nice. That's a very yellow. Looks a little brighter on my hand than it does in the pan. That's why I do swatches. Not for like testing how will they swatch, but like what they look like. And then we've got Honey Thief, which is like a more minty green. So, okay, that feels nice. Swatching pretty nicely. The shimmer is a little subtle, but we'll see how it works. You can definitely see the sparkle in this shade. And then we've got Sing Ho, Make Believe, and Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear is like a terracotta shade, kind of orange, more orangey here looking. So the darker green, that's pretty. I will definitely use that. I'll probably use some combo. That's like a pale gold. And that doesn't swatch well, but it's a nice color. Kind of a mid-tone terracotta. This is a very adorable spring palette. I think this is a really good spring palette, color story-wise. I'm already impressed with the look of this green. And then we've got Oh Bother, Best Friends, Rumbly, which is another glittery shade, and then In My Tumbly is the last. I'll do that with my pinky. That feels a little powderier than the others. That's the darkest shade. So we've got kind of a peachy shade, very, very pale and subtle. A little bit of a darker brown, that's nice. This is kind of a mauvey pink. And then the darker brown red. So it's a very cute color story. Didn't swatch the best, but we'll see how it performs on the eyes. So I'm gonna go wipe this off so I don't get it all over my shirt and try a couple looks. And as always, my makeup details will be in the description box. My last video and the couple that I filmed that same day, I was wearing one of my new Lethal lipsticks, the Haze lip creams. That was the like coral one. This is the more brick red one. So I wanted to wear that so you could see that. Really like this formula. And then my blush, I'm just wearing tinted moisturizer. And then my blush today is one of the House Labs ones. This is the shade Untamed. They were doing that 50% off everything on Amazon sale because they're like rebranding or doing something. So I picked up a few things that I've been wanting and then some backups of my favorite things like eyeliner and eyebrow pencils. And this is a really, really pretty blush. This is like one tiny dip, very pigmented, blended it out nicely. And then the highlighter in it is basically the same color, but shiny. So it's like a shiny blush. It's very nice. Sadly, it's back up to 20 something dollars. So you can't get it for the like 11 or $12 I paid, but quality is definitely nice. I already loved the Casa Gaga blushes and the bronzers. So like, I'm not surprised. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try the Rumbly, the kind of pink shade, and one side I'm gonna do like the yellow, browns, and the greens. So I'm gonna start with the yellow. I'm gonna do that on this side. And I already primed with my Urban Decay eye primer, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that yellow and see how that works. It doesn't have a mirror, so I've got my Trixie mirror here. And this is just a fluffy rougher brush. Okay, so that's a decently pigmented yellow. Okay, so that looks really nice. It's blending out decently. And then I could stick with brown and stick with like brown and green, but I think I'm gonna try the terracotta shade. So I'm gonna take Pooh Bear on a slightly smaller brush pick up a little bit more. And I'm gonna put that in the crease as well. So I'm gonna start here and then blend it in. So this will be a nice warm eye. So these aren't the most pigmented shades, but they're not as bad as like the Avatar palette was. These definitely seem like decent quality. Not, oh my god, amazing, but nice. Okay, so that blended out really nicely. I don't see any patches or skipping. It built up pretty nicely too. So I'm gonna take this pencil brush and I'm gonna pick up the Best Friend shade, which is the darker brown, and put that on the outer corner and see how it builds onto this. I could also use the In My Tumbly shade, but I'm gonna use that on the other side. This is one of the shades with glitter, and you can definitely see some of the sparkle on my eye as I pack it on. So I'm definitely getting a little bit of depth from this. It's definitely not as dark as I thought it looks in the pan or in the swatch. So I'm just kind of blending that in. Okay, so that's a nice gradient. These are blending in together much better than my last Colourpop palette. So I think I will take a little bit of that last shade just to see what happens if I put that out here too. Okay. And then I'm gonna take my concealer brush and just kind of tidy up the edge. This is the one from Trixie. Really like this. Mentioned this in my last video as well. Okay, that is looking really nice, and it's been a lot easier and less effort than my last Colourpop experience. So I think for the shimmers, I'm gonna do greens on this eye and I'm gonna spray them because they didn't feel amazing. So I'm gonna try Sing Ho first. So picking some of that up on this rougher brush. And then I'm just gonna spray that. And I'm gonna put that on the majority of my lid. This one definitely swatched nicer and looked prettier than the pale green, but I wanna do a gradient, so. This look is very springy. Using the same brush, I'm just gonna pick up some of that really pale green, the more minty shade. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that right here. So that definitely goes on better with a brush than a finger. There's a bit of gold to the darker green, which is really pretty. Okay. And then just to try it, I'm gonna take a little bit of the mid-tone brown and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line. You can definitely see the sparkle in that. Okay. So I would definitely wear this look out. But I do want to try out all of the shades that I can. So I'm going to do a different look on this eye. So I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to try this Make Believe shade, the nice pale gold. I'm going to put that on my inner corner and I'm going to spray that as well. And then bring it under here just a little. So that became very vibrant when I sprayed it. Okay, I like that. So far, I am very happy with this. Okay, so now for the other side, I'm gonna try starting out with the Rumbly shade and lean into the more pink side. So on this side, I'm gonna try out Rumbly and In My Tumbly, and then like Oh Bother, and try out the more pinky tones over here. So with I just wiped off that brush, so there's nothing. I'm gonna pick up the like pinky mauvey pink, very pale, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. So that definitely barely shows up on my skin tone. I feel like if you're lighter than me, this will be your skin tone, especially if you have a pink undertone. I'm just trying to see how much of it I can get to show up. You can definitely see the sparkle in it as well. These have they're massive micro glitter, but it's a lot of micro glitter. Okay, so I've got that all over and you can't really see it. You can see there's a little bit of a pink wash. So that shade is disappointing, but I didn't think it would be amazing. So I think what I'm gonna do, I could go into Pooh Bear again and add some of the more orange, or I could add one of the browns, but I think I'm just gonna go straight into In My Tumbly on the outer corner and blend it into the crease and just see how it works. If it's only good as a deepening up shade or if you can use it for more. So picking up that on a clean Rougher 26. And I'm just gonna stamp that into my outer corner and then I'm gonna blend it in. It's a pretty color. It's similar to one of the shades, like the Old Growth shade in the Druid palette from Fenty Cosmetics. So I kind of created the shape that I want by doing that with the brush. And now I'm just gonna take a clean little fluffy brush and just kind of see how I can blend it into my crease. Okay, so I've now gone in 3 times and it's not great. So the pinkier tones in here aren't the best. The neutrals though, they're nice. So I've just dipped my brush in again and building up a little bit more. And this is why I wanted to do 2 looks, because I could have easily done this and been like, it's great. But it's good to know that these shades are fine, but not as great. So there's some streaks that I'm just trying to blend out, so. Now that I've got a decent amount of color there to blend the edges and make sure the streaks aren't there anymore, I'm taking a little bit more of that first shade on the first brush and blending. And it's looking kind of bruise-like in person. It is not flattering against my skin tone. It's blended out nicely now, although there's lots of tiny sparkles. So if you don't like little sparkly flecks, no, it's very, very noticeable. They did not blend away or tap away. So that looks okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that shade out here and blend it in a little bit again, just so it's not as harsh. But I lost a lot of the color and depth. And it was really, really skippy on my lid. So it definitely needed a lot of blending out. I'm gonna take a little bit of the yellow and put it down here as just a pop. But you could easily take these shades and have it stay all the same. And then just dragging this down a little bit right here. Yeah, this In My Tumbly shade is not a joy to work with. And then I'm just gonna take my concealer brush again and tidy up the edge. The Oh Bother shade is very pinky, so I'm gonna try that one. And then I'll put the Make Believe Gold on as well. It's kind of pink peach. Does seem a little dry. So I'm spraying that. And then that doesn't have a mirror. Grab my mirror and put that on the lid. And I grabbed a little bit of the gold just to put under my lash line. and then taking a little bit more of the pink and kind of mixing the two together in my inner corner. Okay, so this side looks nice. I feel like there's similar tones to this in the Raw Beauty Chrissy palette, and those work better. So I'm gonna go off camera and add some mascara and stuff, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and added my House Labs brown eyeliner because it's a little more subtle, and then mascara, and I like both of these looks a lot. This one is definitely very subtle compared to this. I like this one more. I think the neutrals, like the brown, terracotta, the greens, those all worked better. This, again, kind of like with the Avatar palette, I like the end result. It's subtle, very work appropriate if you need that kind of eye shadow. It's just not as fun to use. Like these worked really easily, was nice. This one took a little more effort, and that's kind of what was with the Avatar palette is I liked the end result, but didn't like the journey or the process to get there. This side, I like both the journey and the result. So, but this is only 2 shades out of 10. So I think if you're a Winnie the Pooh fan and you were interested in grabbing this, especially if it comes to Ulta, I think it's worth it. I think $18, it's adorable. You get a cute like eyeshadow pan that I've never seen before. You've got a very springy, approachable color story, and most of the shades perform really nicely. This pink is really soft and subtle, but pretty. My only complaint is that this was a little patchy, but like I got it there. And this shade doesn't show up on my skin tone very well. It literally just blends this one out. So that's my only complaint, but I don't regret buying this. I don't think I'll reach for it all the time, but it makes me happy. And when I do want to use it, I know I can get something cute out of it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you like better, what you think of the palette, if you've picked it up or are planning to. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.